Hi, I'm David Slay, CEO of Samaritan Biologics. We live our tagline every day, helping, healing, giving. We donate 10% of our profits to JDRF through the West Tennessee and Western Carolina chapters. Samaritan is a startup biologics company with sales and distribution facilities in Memphis, Tennessee, and our development lab is in Greenville, South Carolina, and Cube Inc. on the campus of Clemson University. We develop and distribute orthopedic wound care and regenerative products across the U.S. In the 17 years since Kirsten's diagnosis, we've seen the incremental technology improvements and communal and emotional support provided through summer camps and the JDRF Ambassadors Program. With JDRF, we know where our money goes and how hard it works.
Hi, my name's Harley Ryder. I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when I was 4 years old. I've had it for 11 years.
Hi, my name is Benjamin Lambert. I am 18 years old. I was diagnosed with diabetes when I was 9.
My name is Sydney Skeen. I was diagnosed with diabetes at age 2. I am now 15.
Thea Baltz. I'm 16 and I've had type 1 for a little over 5 years now.
Hello, my name is Darren Connor Hughes. I'm 14 years old and I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes 4 years ago, just before my 10th birthday.
Hi, my name is Claire. I was diagnosed at age 11 and I am 13 now.
Hi, I'm Alex. I was diagnosed when I was 22 months old and I'm 15 now.
Hi, my name is Reagan Strong and I was diagnosed with diabetes at age 11 and I am now 15.
I really enjoy playing video games, hanging out with my friends, and sleeping.
Love swimming, softball, and hanging out with my friends.
I really enjoy playing basketball and watching the Grizzlies.
I love to play tennis and talk and hang out with friends, and I also love to draw.
I play lacrosse and I do just about everything from riding my bike to hanging out with friends online, but mainly I like to be outside.
One thing that I like doing is I like painting and drawing because it definitely takes stress off of me and it's something that you get to create on your own.
One thing that I really like to do is horseback riding.
I love hanging out with friends and I am a cheerleader.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to JDRF West Tennessee's first virtual Promise Gala, A Night to Believe. I'm Daryl Green of Fox 13 Memphis, your MC for the evening. You know, I've had the privilege to MC the Promise Ball since 2011 and was really excited to be with everybody for the 20th anniversary Promise Ball back in March. But as we all know, COVID-19 forced us to reimagine this event to become virtual, if you will. So here we are in cybersphere. And while we can't be together in a ballroom, it is fun to be together online. So thank you for joining us tonight. It's exciting to see so many people who have joined us on Facebook Live, too. I see that Joe and John have logged on. Hi, guys. And if you haven't already, make a comment and let us know that you're watching. Many of you have already started bidding earlier this week through the online auction. Now, if you haven't registered yet for the auction, use the link on the screen to browse and bid. Bid often, bid high. The auction's going to close at 8 o'clock Central Time tonight. And tonight you'll meet some inspiring T1D warriors and their friends and family who support them. Then you'll have the opportunity to show your support through the Fundacure auction. We also have some very special messages from our presenting sponsors, Drake Industries, our Promise Ball chairs, and our youth ambassadors. So sit back, donate, enjoy, and bid. Bid big. Right now we have a very special message from Aaron Kowalski, the CEO of JDRF.
In May 2020, we mark 50 years since the founding of JDRF. Our story, from its humble start to where we are today, is all about the power of us. Two moms each learned that their sons had type 1 diabetes. Stunned, scared, confused, they asked questions that the doctors could not answer. Both made the same decision: find others also impacted by this same disease and together fight back. Their first gathering on May 21st, 1970 launched what is now JDRF. Lee and Carol helped ensure no one would ever be alone in their hope for a world without T1D. That was the power of us. JDRF created a network of T1D researchers, linked them together to share information and accelerate their work. We created chapters with information, resources, and reassurance. We developed life-changing programs like the Bag of Hope, galas, and walks, so that anyone with T1D would know that they are not alone. We advocated for the Special Diabetes Program, which has supported about $3 billion in T1D research. We have established JDRF affiliates around the world. We drove the delivery of artificial pancreas systems and continuous glucose monitors. We've accelerated research that enables us to replicate beta cells. We're seeing the reality of delaying the onset of T1D and the possibility of preventing it. We're educating healthcare practitioners, and we're supporting newly diagnosed families. We're closer to curing this disease than we've ever been before. We won't stop until we create a world without T1D. Thank you. Thank you all.
All right, that's right. Just like Aaron said, we're close to curing this disease, closer than we've ever been before. As a person with type 1 diabetes, I'm very grateful to the efforts of Lee Ducat and Carol Laurie for being champions on behalf of their loved ones to get this organization started. Now, we've come a long way in the past 50 years, but there's still so much work to be done. There's a long journey ahead of us. Your past support has made the progress to date possible, and tonight you can continue to support that progress and build on it. In the ballroom every year, the most inspiring mission moment is when we reach the portion of the evening called Fund a Cure, and a very special message is shared, and we all have an opportunity to donate to diabetes research. Tonight is no different. You'll have that opportunity coming up very soon. Pulling together an in-person event takes so many dedicated volunteers and strong leadership to guide everyone, and this year has been doubly challenging, as we had to change directions after months of preparations for in-person to do what we're doing tonight. It's now my privilege to turn the program over to the leaders of that amazing group of volunteers, this year's Promise Ball co-chairs, Chad and Julie Kate Webster, and Hayden and Laura Simons.
Thank you, Daryl. You are looking very dapper tonight. Good evening, everyone. I'm Hayden Simons, and I'm currently serving as board president for the West Tennessee chapter of JDRF. My wife, Laura, is a type 1 diabetic. She was diagnosed about 20 years ago, and she and I have been heavily involved in JDRF for the past 5 years. Laura and I would have loved to be together with you at the Hilton Memphis tonight, but the world changed suddenly a few months ago with COVID-19. JDRF and the Promise Ball Committee had hoped we'd be together by now, but even though we're not, the committee would not stop working to bring you an opportunity to have some fun to support diabetes research. Tonight, on behalf of Laura and myself, we are delighted to be with you all virtually, alongside our friends and co-chairs, Drs. Chad and Julie Kate Webster. We send our genuine appreciation and thanks to the innovative and committed volunteer leadership that helped envision every aspect of this evening. To our presenting sponsors and our amazing volunteers, Darren and Tammy Drake, to Cecil and Summer Godman, Martha Robertson, and so many others. You've been at the core of our work these past few months. We are so grateful for your continued inspiration and dedication.
Thank you, Hayden and Laura, for inviting my husband, Chad, and myself to join you as co-chairs this year. 2020 marks 35 years that I have been living daily with type 1 diabetes, but more importantly, 2020 is the 20th anniversary of the Promise Ball Gala in West Tennessee. Through the years, we have had the opportunity to honor amazing community leaders, volunteers, and JDRF supporters. All of them demonstrate the power and strength of the West Tennessee community. raising funds to support the most cutting-edge science aimed at curing type 1 diabetes. Tonight's virtual ballroom is filled with our many sponsors, wonderful community leaders, and friends, and we are truly grateful for your extraordinary generosity. Thank you. Your support and commitment make it possible for the important advances in diabetes research to continue to accelerate at an amazing pace all across the world.
Good evening, I am Chad Webster, and tonight I am honored to personally thank our presenting sponsors, Drake Industries, and our JDRF friends, Darren and Tammy Drake. We are forever thankful for all you have done for JDRF, the Promise Ball, and throughout the West Tennessee JDRF community. We will be visiting Darren and Tammy later on in the program at their social distance watch party. I know that'll be fun. On behalf of Julie Kate and myself, I want to thank Hayden and Laura for their partnership on the journey that brought us here tonight. We could not have asked for better partners in this effort.
Thank you, Chad and Julie Kate. We appreciate all that you do for JDRF and the West Tennessee community. Tonight's virtual event promises two things: an evening of fun and inspiring messaging. I continue to be humbled and so inspired by the work and commitment of our community of T1D champions, our sponsors, our donors, and our loved ones living with type 1 diabetes, and the incredible researchers who are working to find that cure. Tonight, as we acknowledge the progress which has been made since those two moms came together to start JDRF, we are also acutely aware that this pandemic has put critical and life-altering research in a precarious position, disrupting momentum and impacting progress. All of you joining tonight are a testament to the power of all of us coming together, because we know that type 1 diabetes does not stop. Your support is more important now than ever to achieve our goal, because our belief is in a world without type 1 diabetes.
Everyone lift their glasses. On behalf of the Board of Directors, staff, volunteers, and the entire Promise Ball Committee, thank you for being here tonight. Bid high, bid often, and please give Fund a Cure help to keep the research going. Cheers. Daryl, back to you in the studio.
Guys, thank you for your support and everything you've done to make this possible. And cheers to everybody. We appreciate the hard work you put into making this night what it is. You know, friends, I've been checking out the auction. There's some great items available, and the bidding is really starting to heat up. Now, one of those is something my family and I had the opportunity to enjoy. The Turkey Lake Country House. My family and I spent a few days there earlier this summer. It's a very easy drive just south of Oxford. The cabin is a 3-bedroom glamping experience. I had to learn what glamping is from my wife. It's glamorous camping. All the modern appliances are inside. All you really have to bring is yourself and some food. They have everything. Be sure to check out that in the program for pictures of the cabin and the property. My favorite parts, the miles of walking trails on the property and the fishing pond. In fact, my daughter Claire won for the most caught fish. She was proud of this guy. It was her first of the week. My daughter Sydney caught the biggest fish, a 2.5-pound bass, a big lunker. I came in third out of 3 people. And that's a little bitty baby bass. Also won for best injury after I hooked a lure into my left calf. I'm not the caster I used to be. That didn't end well, but it was really a good time. So go now, bid, do it. And don't forget about the max bid feature while you're in the auction room. On every item, you have the opportunity to set a maximum bid. This is the most you're willing to pay for a package, with all of the proceeds going to JDRF. So when you place a max bid amount in the system, it will continue bidding on your behalf until it reaches that top line amount that you've set. It's like bidding on autopilot, if you will, so you can sit back, relax, and watch the show. Speaking of which, on with the show. For a moment, what I want you to do is, if you're sitting on the couch or at your dining room table or just anywhere, I want you to look under your seat and pull out the package under your seat, because I'm sorry guys, that was another program. We're not giving away the cars? No, okay, forget that. Okay, every year, in addition to the many volunteers who step in to help with this event, there are a lot of sponsors who join the effort. This year, during these trying times, we're very honored to have every sponsor remain part of our fight. Even when we were not able to host the in-person event, every sponsor insisted on their monies to be used to support research. That's incredible. Some of our youth ambassadors want to share their gratitude for those sponsors right now.
I want to send a very special thank you to our presenting sponsor, Drake Industries. Thank you so much for supporting JDRF. Huge thank you to Mr. Darren and Ms. Tammy for their support for the past 3 years.
Le Bonheur has helped me every step of the way of my diagnosis, and I want to bring a special thanks to Le Bonheur for the years of support to JDRF.
And I would like to bring a thank you to the Halley family for their 20 years of supporting JDRF.
I would like to give a very special thank you to the Fourth Source from the bottom of my heart for supporting the Gala and JDRF for the past several years. And I would like to congratulate them on getting recognized by the U.S. and Mexico Incorporate magazine for being one of the 5,000 fastest growing companies in the U.S. 6 times.
I would like to give a huge thank you to our Hope sponsor, Pediatrics East.
I would personally like to thank the International Paper Company for supporting the JDRF since 2005. Without their support and donations, we would not be able to see research in pumps, sensors, and hopefully the cure. Thank you again for supporting us.
I would like to send a huge thank you to AM Diabetes and Endocrinology Center. They are a WISH sponsor for JDRF. Thank you, Dr. Latif, for your staff and your support. I will see y'all in my next visit.
I would like to thank Jaguar Land Rover Bluff City for being a JDRF sponsor. I greatly appreciate their support to find a cure for type 1 diabetics.
I want to give a huge thank you to Helena Agri Enterprises. They are one of our top sponsors for JDRF and have been supporting us for several years, including 20 years with the Gala.
I mean, look, I was told we were giving a card to everybody and they were sneaking into homes and they were going to slide the envelopes under their chairs and tape them like they do on Oprah. But that's not this event. Oh, hey, red light, we're back on. Thank you, sponsors. And what an amazing group of young people. They are true T1D warriors, the ones I admire the most. So be sure to check out the amazing painting that the ambassadors helped create for tonight. Under the guidance of our 2020 Gala co-chair, Laura Simons, they created a beautiful watercolor painting of the iconic Memphis skyline. This piece will look beautiful in your home or maybe your office. But for now, we're going to go to our presenting sponsors, Darren and Tammy Drake, and Drake Industries for a very special message. And it looks like, yeah, they're really having fun tonight. Hey, guys.
Hi, we're Tammy and Darren Drake, owners of Drake Industries. We are the sponsor of this year's JDRF Gala. And of course, this year's gala is not going to be like any of the other galas we've had. Some of the fun and fanfare will be missed, but we are still proud sponsors of this event and of the cause. We have dear friends and family that suffer from this disease, and we know how important it is to support finding a cure. We've been involved in the galas for several years. And let me tell you, if you haven't been to a live JDRF gala, you should try to be there when things are back to normal, because they are fabulous. And in the years that we've been involved, we have also gotten our dance studio involved, Fred Astaire, and their fabulous instructors. We've brought them in and they've supported us and they've entertained at the gala. So when we found out that this year's gala was going to be set in front of a computer screen, we thought, what better place to do it than at the studio? So we want to thank them for allowing us to be here. And we also want to recognize the live band that's going to entertain us later tonight. They are Bonfire Orchestra, and we're excited to hear them.
Well, Tammy, you're right. It has been a challenge this year for the JDRF staff and volunteers to put a great gala program together. You know, the program is hopefully designed to engage people, get people involved, but also to keep people safe. So we have our masks in our hands and we're ready to do that. But you know, this coronavirus pandemic that's going on right now, it really has made me pause and think how vulnerable we are as people to these mysterious diseases that pop up. And but you know, on the other hand, I'm optimistic and that as people we've risen up to the occasion to find cures. For example, I just read this past week where Johnson & Johnson has entering into late-stage clinical trials for a coronavirus vaccine. And you know, given tonight's event, I'm thinking, gosh, you know, what if that headline read, Johnson & Johnson is entering clinical trials for a novel and unique or innovative therapy or cure for type 1 diabetes. So again, you know, we remain hopeful, resilient, and optimistic that we will find a cure for type 1 disease. Anyways, ultimately we ask ourselves, what can we do? What can we do and how we can help? And I believe it comes down to a call of action. And the call of action is to basically give us your financial support. You know, I'm not a scientist or doctor. I know very little about type 1 diabetes, but I think that something we can do that a lot of people can do is give a financial gift. So tonight, during tonight's presentation, you'll be asked to give a gift. It'll be at the Fund a Cure portion of our presentation. So we ask that you consider your support. We really appreciate that. And again, hopefully next year we'll be back to a gala at the Hilton where we can all see each other face to face. Well, I think we're out of time. We got to get in there and start dancing. Thank you very much. We'll see you later.
You know, I never get invited to the cool parties. I wish I was there with you guys. Looks like a lot of fun. Thank you again, Darren and Tammy, for your tremendous support again this year. We couldn't do it without you. Now, I just got outbid at another item from what I was told, where I guess is bad for me, but it's good for JDRF. I'm loving all the items donated by Williams-Sonoma, too. They have coffee makers, a kitchen and stand mixer, or a kitchen aid stand mixer, I should say, and some really nice knives. And there will even be a Vitamix. So be sure to check all of that out. And remember, that bidding will only be open a little while longer, closing at 8 o'clock Central Time. So be sure to get those max bids set and keep an eye on your phone. All right, now I'm excited to share something very special with you. Since 2006, Dr. Kashif Latif and the AM Diabetes and Endocrinology Center, which is where I call home, have hosted an event called the Sugar Run 5K. Last year, they added an elite division to the event. They attracted runners from all over the world. Now talking about elite runners. Each year, Dr. Latif presents the proceeds from the Sugar Run 5K to JDRF as a gift to diabetes research.
Sherry, as always, it's a pleasure this year for us, and it's an honor that we are presenting $50,000 proceeds from Sugar Run 2019 towards Fund a Cure for JDRF.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's amazing.
And I hope that all of us out there can take the challenge to raise enough funds this year to meet or equal or surpass this amount. As we know, this is the year of the virtual, and we are doing this at a distance. So not being in the same room sometimes does not do justice to the emotions, the need, and the value all of this brings to us, and especially for all of the people who are diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. And we want to reach our goal to eradicate type 1 diabetes, make this type none. So again, I hope that all of us will open our heart and our pockets to surpass this amount tonight. Thank you.
Man, I'm still being outbid. I'm just not a good bidder. But you keep bidding, okay? $50,000. Dr. Latif, that's amazing. We're gonna take that challenge tonight to match that $50,000 through Fund a Cure. So thank you, Dr. Latif, and your staff and all the volunteers who helped you host such an amazing event. I'm looking forward to seeing you on November 14th, which just happens to be World Diabetes Day, for this year's Sugar Run 5K Run and Elite Race. I hope some of you will plan to join us too. So is there a website or Facebook page link we can put on the screen? Let's do that, because it's time for the final portion of our program tonight. Fund a Cure. Now, this is serious business. Fund a Cure is our opportunity to donate directly to the mission of JDRF. It's inspirational. It's so important. So please pay close attention as we welcome this year's Fund a Cure speaker, Dr. Kathy Sumter.
Hello, I'm Dr. Catherine Sumter, Associate Professor of Pediatrics at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center and Clinical Director of Diabetes at Le Bonheur Children's Hospital. I'm so happy and excited to be with you tonight, even if we have to do this virtually. I know we're all disappointed we can't be together in person, especially after waiting patiently these what feel like very long months. But we still have a crucially important purpose to fulfill tonight, which is funding the cure we all seek. I first learned about JDRF soon after my T1D diagnosis as a college student in Houston, Texas. Being diagnosed really rocked my world. I had never been sick before. I didn't really know anyone my age that, or close to my age, that had T1D, and I felt very alone. It's been a long road since then, but JDRF has provided inspiration and support for me every step of the way. It was a game changer for me to meet people who understood my daily challenges with T1D and who were out there fighting to find a cure. I did my first walk that year after I was diagnosed, and I still have that same t-shirt to prove it. I'm not going to tell you how long ago that was because it would date me, but I will say that it has a brightly colored shoe on it, and it didn't say JDRF, it says JDF. So it's been a minute. A lot has happened since then in my life. I got married, I had 2 amazing sons, I went to medical school, and I became a pediatric endocrinologist. A lot has happened in T1D over that time as well. Truly revolutionary changes that have made life with T1D so much better. Back in the day, insulin pumps, when someone first told me about them, were these big clunky things that really didn't change how many highs and lows you had. It would have seemed like science fiction then to imagine that now we have hybrid closed loop pumps that automatically adjust how much insulin they give to try to keep our blood sugars as close to a target as possible. When I was diagnosed, we had to poke our fingers, at least 4 to 6 times a day and get these big, giant hanging drops of blood, then wait 30 to 45 seconds for the meter to give us a number. Nowadays, we have continuous glucose monitors that stay in place for 1 to 2 weeks, give us a blood sugar every 5 minutes, and really are as accurate as the meters. We had no way of knowing who was at risk for T1D, and we had no medications to try to prevent the development of T1D. Now we can, with pretty good accuracy, based on blood tests, predict someone's risk of developing T1D, and we have medications that have been shown to delay, and we hope someday will completely prevent the development of T1D altogether. JDRF has been instrumental in every one of these advances. T1D threw me a big curveball when I learned that my then 10-year-old son has positive diabetes antibodies. Prior research tells us that he has an 80% chance of developing T1D by his 30th birthday. I'm not going to lie, that's a daunting statistic. But thanks to JDRF, he doesn't have to be a statistic. He is enrolled in a JDRF supported clinical research trial that's investigating a medication aimed at preventing the development of T1D. He's now almost 15 and still diabetes free, and we are so grateful. T1D isn't a club that anyone is eager to join, but because of JDRF, I can tell my newly diagnosed patients at Le Bonheur that life with T1D gets better every year. I still have my own highs and lows with T1D, but because of JDRF, I can sleep through the night without worrying I won't wake up because of hypoglycemia. Perhaps most meaningful to me as a mother, because of JDRF, I can look my son in the eye and tell him that he may not ever need a dose of insulin. because of JDRF. All of these accomplishments, they didn't happen magically. They happened because someone, in fact, many someones, decided to support JDRF. We are making life with T1D better today, and we will find a cure, but it's gonna take funding. Please join me tonight in supporting JDRF by making a gift to fund a cure. Every gift, no matter the size, makes a difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us. Every gift really does make a huge difference. COVID-19 has already dramatically changed our landscape, and you have the opportunity right now to help us stay on mission moving forward this year by directly supporting the life-altering work of JDRF with a gift that is 100% tax deductible. Your support will enable critical research happening all across the country, even around the world. So I want to ask you to dig deep and give generously tonight. You can give right from your phone, from the same screen you've been bidding on auction items. Just click on Fund a Cure, or if you're just now joining us, you can use the website listed on the screen right now. We're going to start tonight by recognizing some very generous donors who have already committed to helping Fund a Cure at the $25,000 level. A huge thank you to Raj and Michelle Mita for their incredible donation. What an amazing and generous gift, and amazing leadership that they've shown through our chapter. Now, if anyone else would like to join the Mitas and make a gift at that $25,000 level, please do so from your phone right now. At the $20,000 level, thank you International Paper and Jim and Laura McDermott. The next level we want to recognize tonight is the $10,000 level. Thank you Grant and Melissa Gibbs for your gift. And remember, friends, you can make your donation at any time using your smartphone. All you have to do is tap on Fund a Cure and select your desired level. You can also customize your gift amount by selecting the Other button and then entering the desired donation. At the $7,500 level, a special thanks to Eric Cowling. And we're now moving on to our next level, $5,000. Thank you to David and Jenny Slay and Samaritan Biologics for your gift. We're so grateful for you and your support. Thank you also to Hayden and Laura Simons and the Allen Family Foundation for their gifts at this level. Now at the $3,000 level, thank you Charlie Wexler, my bro. Thank you for your gift in honor of Stephanie. You've been a very strong supporter through the years and a fellow board member, so thank you. And to Mark and Tanya Robbins, thank you for your support. Now we're going to bring in our tally board. Let's bring it up on screen so we can watch our progress. Now, this is showing a total of gifts coming in tonight, which is in addition to the generous gifts we've already received and recognized. Remember, let's conquer that challenge put out by Dr. Lateef to raise $50,000 tonight. Can we do it? Come on, let's do this, all right? We're now going to go to the $1,000 level. We have some wonderful donors who have committed at this level ahead of time. Who's going to join them right now? Who's going to help us? And as you consider what level you'd like to donate tonight, I wonder, are you a parent or a child with type 1 diabetes? Do you have a spouse or sibling suffering from type 1 diabetes? Are you a friend of someone who is living with type 1 diabetes, also referred to as T1D? Are you new to JDRF? Wherever you are on this journey, you are here tonight to positively impact the future for people living with type 1. People like these amazing T1D warriors in our final video of the night. Let's take a look.
So
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you to our T1D Warriors and their champions who participated in that video. They really perfectly exemplify how JDRF is making an impact throughout our community to change lives for the better. Just like COVID-19, T1D does not discriminate. This disease does not warn. It does not negotiate. Trust me. As we watch these generous donations continue to roll in, I want to remind you that COVID-19 has already dramatically changed the landscape for JDRF research funding. And you have the opportunity right now to directly support the life-altering work of JDRF with a 100% tax-deductible contribution. Your support will bolster the critical research happening all over the world to find a cure for this disease and also find better treatments for those living with it. Look at all the generous support we're getting. I want to thank each and every one of you for your incredible enthusiasm for JDRF and our mission tonight. Because of all of you, we are raising precious funds needed to support crucial research to find cures and prevent type 1 diabetes. Guys, as always, it has been my honor to be your MC tonight. Don't forget the auction that's going to close 8 p.m., just a few minutes. You can see the countdown clock on your bidding screen. And now I'm going to send it back to the evening's co-chairs to close this out. Good night, everyone. And again, thank you so much.
Thank you everyone for coming out and supporting JDRF. We are so overwhelmed by your very kind generosity. Hayden, I can't believe you outbid me. And this was a wonderful evening. We can't wait for next year's Promise Ball.
Thank you everyone for a wonderful evening and all the generous gifts in helping support JDRF to find a cure.
Oh, this has been so much fun. Thank you all so much for joining us virtually at this Promise Ball 2020. We are overwhelmed by your generosity, and we're so thankful that you have chosen JDRF to give to tonight.
What an outpouring of support. Fantastic time, fantastic company. There is nowhere I would have rather been than right here with you guys tonight. Thank you so much. Hope to see you next year.
I wanted to make a quick video for you guys. We are so sorry that we couldn't be with you in person tonight, but we're going to attach a little video of us playing a bit at the end of this one, and we really look forward to seeing you guys next year. So pretty, man. So day after day, I'm more confused. Look for the light through the pouring rain. No, that's a game that I hate